Hello everyone, and welcome to the Cinéaste Cinema Club. I'm your host, Mickey P, 33, and this is a book club for cinephiles where we watch, discuss, and review all things movies. So, if that's something you like to do, this is the show for you. Alright, before we begin, there's a couple things that I need to get off the top here. First thing is that apologies for not posting in the past couple weeks. Had Thanksgiving and some personal things, but we're back on track. Now you can expect your weekly movie reviews. Also, we're changing things up a bit by having these reviews totally spoiler free. So now you can watch my movie reviews to see if it's worth watching, get some interesting factoids about this film, and not have to worry about spoilers. Now if you want or like the spoiler reviews, don't worry, because we have our in-depth spoiler reviews that'll be on my Twitch channel where we discuss the show live, or rather the film live, with any special guests I have or all you cinephiles. Lastly, now that I've been doing this for a few months now, I want a name for my followers and supporters. And I'm thinking Mickey Peeps, because Mickey P, Mickey Peeps, y'all my peeps. So Mickey Peeps, let me know what you have, if you have any other suggestions, or let me know what you think about the name. So, welcome back Mickey Peeps. Today, we have another Fantastic Film Friday review. This week's film is The Trial of the Chicago 7, written and directed by the proficient penman, Aaron Sorkin. Now, you may be asking yourself why that name sounds so familiar, and it's because he's known for his amazing screenplays. He wrote the screenplays for Molly's Game, which he also directed, and he wrote the screenplays for A Few Good Men, Steve Jobs, Moneyball, The Social Network, and a bunch of episodes on The West Wing and Newsroom. And Trial of the Chicago 7 is his directorial sophomore film. And you can tell that he's grown a lot as a director since 2017's Molly's Game. He said in an interview once that even though he's a writer, by being on set with directors and actors, he's learned many things about directing. Trial of the Chicago 7 is a 130-minute historical legal drama that is based on the infamous 1969 trial of the 7 defendants charged by the federal government with conspiracy and more, arising from the countercultural protests in Chicago at the 1968 Democratic National Convention. The trial transfixed the nation and sparked a conversation about mayhem intended to undermine the US government. It has a star-studded cast with Eddie Redmayne, Sacha Baron Cohen, Jeremy Strong, Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Michael Keaton, Alex Sharp, Frank Langella, and John Carroll Lynch. So many great actors. Trial of the Chicago 7 released on Netflix on September 25th of this year. And as I've said multiple times, Netflix original films are usually flops, but this is one of the good ones. Across the board, it has a 91% rating amongst critics and audiences alike. And the film made $107.5 million on a $35 million production budget, so obviously it was successful all around. Now, do I think it deserves all of its praises and success? Let's just say Trial of the Chicago 7 is currently my favorite film of the year, even though that doesn't mean much. My previous #1 film of the year was Guy Ritchie's The Gentleman, which I saw at the beginning of the year, and I might actually rewatch and review since it's been so long. Now, let's get into why this movie is my favorite film of the year. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, Aaron Sorkin is an extremely talented writer, and I've seen all of the films that he's written the screenplays for. So, let me start by saying that the best part of the film is, of course, the story and the script. The way Sorkin weaves in and out of the courtroom drama into the flashbacks of the riots works so well. The way he can make the audience feel a certain way just from the dialogue and the tone of the film is just what makes it so compelling to watch. I also loved how he cut in real-life footage from the Chicago riots in '69 so seamlessly. It didn't seem out of place like when documentaries usually do it. It was part of the film. Besides the screenplay and direction Sorkin gives in the film, the next best thing are the outstanding performances in the film. Sacha Baron Cohen and Jeremy Strong provide great comic relief in the film, while also showing the seriousness of the situation that the US was dealing with. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Eddie Redmayne, Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, and all the other actors who portrayed the key players during the trial all put on great performances. It would be way too much to talk about each actor and their character and their performance, so I'll sum it up just by saying, watch the film and you'll see what I mean. Of course, with a period piece like this one, the production design needs to be on point to make the film feel real and take the viewer back in time and make them feel like they were actually there. The costuming and set design were all perfect. I never once saw anything that took me out of the era that the film was in. The cinematography, editing, sound design, it all helped the audience become engrossed in the film. What makes it feel more real is that the issues that they were facing back in 1969 are the same issues that we're dealing with now, just maybe to a lesser extent. This makes the film relatable and believable because of the times we're living in now. It makes the viewer think about how far we've come, or to some extent, how little we've really progressed. I saw a clip about the film saying that the screenplay has been in works for years and that they've wanted to release the film at the right time. The first was during the 2004 election, and then that passed, and then the 2008 and then 2012 election, and they knew they wanted to release it during an election year to remind people of the change that we need to make and progress as a nation. And they finally had it ready during the 2020 election, and it just seemed to be perfect timing because of all that's happened.
The one note that I gave everybody at the beginning and then every day after that was don't lean into 60s iconography. Hippies and hard hats, the tie-dye, peace sign, psychedelic aesthetic, because this movie is not about 1968, it's about today. And I want to put as little as possible between the movie and today's audience.
Now I could go on and on about how amazing this film is. So I will in tomorrow's live show on Twitch. So come check that out as I break down the film and we talk more depth about spoilers and the performances and everything. But again, no spoilers here, so let's get into my final grade and thoughts on the film. Now, I highly recommend this film to everyone. It addresses very serious issues that in 50 years, we're still struggling to fix, and yet it has the heart and levity as well. If you've liked any of Aaron Sorkin's films that he's written, this is a must-watch. Now, here are my final scores regarding the grading criteria for the film. And my final grade for Trial of the Chicago 7 is a 9.2 out of 10. Another near masterpiece, especially the screenplay coming from Aaron Sorkin. Do you like Aaron Sorkin's screenplays? Which one is your favorite? Let me know what you also thought of the Trial of the Chicago 7 down in the comments below. Alright, if you've made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching and supporting the show. It really means a lot to me. Now remember, you can be a part of the Cinéaste Cinema Club and stay up to date with what movies we're watching and reviewing just by following Cinéaste Cinema Club on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. There, you'll be able to suggest and vote on what movies we watch, discuss, and review. You can also stay up to date on the latest movie news there. As a reminder, spoiler-free reviews are posted to my YouTube channel every Friday, and every Saturday we have a live show which is going to be full of spoilers and an in-depth discussion on my Twitch channel. Oh, also, if you don't have time to join in on the live show, you can listen to the audio-only podcast version on Spotify, Apple or Google Podcasts, or wherever else you get your podcast content. Just search Cinéaste Cinema Club. You can also rewatch the VODs for the live show, which will be on my YouTube channel, but those will be posted on Sunday along with the podcast version. Again, all social media links are down in the description below. Let me know what you like or dislike about these reviews and how I can make them better. If you like these reviews, please share them with your friends and give us a thumbs up and subscribe to get more movie reviews. Tune in next week for yet another review by me, Mickey P. 33. Peace.